Behind the scenes of Japan versus France, before the game even started, Side B was in the process of just starting. Blue Lock Chapter 348, titled This Is It, revolves around the first game being Birdcage. As stated 90 minutes earlier, in the Blue Lock Side B area, the game has just begun, with an NPC 1 saying, so the 11 of us are the cage? As Shigeo Mizuki, the GOAT of Side B, says, and we just need to keep the two birds from stealing the ball until time runs out. As Hineru Shindo states, you got it. Only the first 3 successful pairs can pass. For Blue Lock Side B's first stage, the Birdcage. As just then, the ball comes out of the ground and shoots into the air, with the Birdcage game starting. The first birds are both Nagi and Kira, with 2 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. As Nagi says, let's go, Kira. As Kira says, just Kira Ryosuke, Kira. As both Nagi and Kira run to one of the NPCs who manages to get the ball. Another one of the NPCs, who I'm going to label Shakespeare because that's what he looks like, he says, don't let him take it. Pass it here. As NPC number 2 passes it and says, I know, shut up. But instead of going to Shakespeare, it goes to Unga Bunga, as Kira is there stressing, saying rushing them one at a time is useless. As Kira says to Nagi, I'll chase them to narrow down our targets. Predict who to corner, as Nagi says aye aye. As the ball lands at the feet of Unga Bunga, he looks as Kira is approaching him. With Kira having determination on his face, Shakespeare says, what are you doing? Don't hold on to it, as Unga Bunga is struggling figuring out what to do. Only then does he decide to pass it, Kira unable to reach it, as it lands at the feet of none other of Messi Evamori, Hazame Nishioka. As Nishioka says, be more precise. As Nagi comes in saying cornering, not giving Nishioka any time to breathe. As NPC number 3 says Nagi's coming, with Nagi saying I'll take that. This getting Nishioka saying crap. As NPC number 1 says pass over here. As Nishioka kicks the ball trying to pass but ends up hitting Nagi straight in the face. Nishioka looking on in horror says sorry, with Nagi saying I cornered him, Kira. As Kira gets right in front of the person who he was passing to, NPC number 4, with him saying alright Seshiro Nagi. But just then Hineru Shindo gets in, interrupts that pass, and says you two make a good duo, but just touching the ball isn't enough. You won't pass unless you have clear possession. As this takes Kira back, shocking him, saying what? As NPC number 1 says what a jump. As NPC number 5 says nice one Hineru. As the time is up for the first round, with all the NPCs cheering on Hineru, with the announcer saying time up, challenge failed. Only 6 players in the first 3 successful bird pairs can pass. Next bird is Hineru Shindo. Give the ball to the cage team. As the announcer continues saying, and select the partner you will fight with. As Hineru says, Roger. He then elaborates saying, this is a game you clear with someone else. So I think it's testing our cooperation and trust, basically our synergy. It's the opposite of Blue Lock's egoist philosophy, as everyone, including the GOAT Shigeo Mizuki, starts to understand what's going on. As Shindo continues saying, on my first impression, Nagi and Kira are both exceptional, but that play told me enough. As he extends his hand out to none other than Kira, saying, let's beat this together, Kira. I bet I'll have the best synergy in this birdcage with you. As Kira reluctantly says, okay. As the NPCs start questioning Shindo and saying things at random. Ryosuke Kira again? We'll just stop him again. As the GOAT Shigeo says, what a good talker. We then cut to the ground as Nagi blows blood out of his nose, saying, youch, that smooth talker's pretty good. But this pain is fine. This is Blue Lock, as the second birdcage team starts over, with 2 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. One of the NPCs passes as it gets past Kira once again. NPC number 6 gets past Hineru and passes to none other than Shakespeare, as both Hineru and Kira start to corner him. As Shakespeare runs into a wall, he says, what? Crap, a corner? Kira then saying, you're trapped, you rat. As NPC number 1 says, hey dumbass, don't freeze, kick it, you idiot. As Shakespeare kicks the ball and it bounces off Kira's foot. As Kira looks back saying, ha, it's mine. But none other than Nagi gets involved and traps the ball, saying, not yet. I won't let you win here, taking Kira by surprise. But Shindo saw this coming, saying, no, Seshiro Nagi. I was waiting for that trap of yours, as this takes Nagi off guard, as Shindo kicks the ball right into Nagi's face once again. As NPC number 1 says, what, for real, Hineru? As the ball bounces off Nagi's face and Nagi falls to the ground. As Shigeo says, yikes, brutal. With Hanedo saying, we can win if we stop Nagi. It's not playing dirty, just call it a strategy for success, you mediocrities. As the clock stops at a minute 23. With the announcer saying, Hanedo Shindo and Ryosuke Kira, first stage birdcage clear. With Hanedo saying, that's that, with Nagi's lifeless body on the floor. With Hanedo continuing saying, I get it now, Kira. You've got skills, but you definitely lost before due to bad luck. Looks like Blue Lock itself is really no big deal. As Kira reluctantly doesn't say anything and follows Hanedo to the next stage. With the announcer saying, cleared players, please advance to the next area. As Nagi gets up, saying, damn it, I'm so frustrated. As he thinks to himself, hitting the same spot, ow, he got me good, this sucks. As he looks at the blood on his hand, he says, if I lose, it's all over. This tingly feeling. As the next bird was selected, being Shigeo Mizuki. As the announcer says, select your bird partner. With Nagi saying, this is it. As in the final page of Blue Lock chapter 348, Shigeo Mizuki selects Nagi Seshiro as his partner, as Nagi gets up, all fired up. With him saying, I wanted this fire. I'm back, Blue Lock, as the game restarts. So side B is currently underway. We have our first team that has made it, and the next team will most likely be Shigeo Mizuki and Nagi Seshiro. Nagi's all fired up, but how long will that last, knowing that's the main reason he got kicked out of Blue Lock in the first place? Let me know what you all thought about this chapter down below. Next chapter, chapter 349, is titled Relive, and there is no break next week.